Hey, sis.
Hey, sis.
Looking a little peaked over there. Not feeling so
Got
good.
all of my little beverages.
Oh, I'm sorry. I have to say it's probably my daughter's fault that you're sick.
Might have been. I don't feel like I was around her that
Yeah,
often,
but
but
that whole ditch day crew that you took to Magic Mountain, weren't they sick the next day after the amusement park?
well, did we rule that that was just a coup that they put together to
To
not
miss
have to go to
school.
school?
Yeah, it could have been a hooky coup. Not a haiku, a hooky coup.
Yeah, I'm not feeling my best. And I know it's one of those things where it's only going to get worse,
Little something
like
in your
just
chest.
start a little something in that chest and it's
Yeah.
going to just blow up.
Oh, God.
So I went to the Central Market and I got a bunch of ginger. I'm going to make Simone's wellness tea.
Oh, yeah. Go to our website for Simone's Wellness Tea. It's really good.
Yes.
You got the goji
Ginger.
berries,
Yep. Lemon. I bought some
honey.
bone broth.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna drink myself into health, not like I usually do.
Yeah, you drink yourself
Yeah.
into oblivion, not to health. Well, I kind of took a page out of your playbook yesterday. I don't feel so hot myself, but I don't think
Oh,
it's a virus coming on. I had up LA Pride yesterday. I represent Hey Sis,
nice.
Eat This represented yesterday at LA Pride, and it was so fun. Like that is just it's like such a beautiful day. People are
Yeah.
so kind. It was just a gentle group of people, and there was so many beautiful colors and
Costumes and
bare butts and
oh,
just all the things. There was
that kind of
lots
has
of
a double meaning. A bear, but it could be a BEAR or it could be a BARE.
there were some bear butts, some leather daddy butts. There were some
Mm.
there was so much going on, but it was so great. Like everybody was like showing up as their best pride selves yesterday.
Feeling the love.
Kindness was key. And you know what else? I'll tell you I
What?
felt love. I'm going to point out the difference between gay men and straight men. One of them is that I would be in a conversation with a man and he'd
Hmm.
say, "Girl, you are so beautiful." No straight man ever looks at me and says that. You know what I mean? Like, not that maybe
Yeah.
they were on MDMA or mushrooms or something. I'm just going to say that I probably was just lucking out. But it's
They're
just
just
the
being honest.
kindness. It was so sweet. I felt so loved. It
Oh,
was really beautiful.
I love that. I'm bummed. We should have stayed and gone to Pride with y'all. It's
Yeah.
one of our favorites. I had the privilege of taking my stepdaughter to her first Pride when she was 19
Hmm.
with the dads. And
Hmm.
we all went out as a family. And it was like the first time that Lolo really felt like, oh, wow, I can be out. I can be a gay woman. I have a family that
Hmm.
is so supportive and loving and inclusive. And it's always been a really special place in my heart for LA Pride.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. I got to put some dollars in some G strings. I got crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good, but I
Oh, I
drank too
meant to
much.
put on my, hold on, I have a shirt.
Boy, here we go. Always some kind of show and tell with Whitney. Oh, well,
I meant to
you're not
put,
letting me wear my glasses, so I can't see what it says.
oh, okay. Well, it's my Brothers Osborne shirt,
Oh yeah.
who, if you haven't listened to Brothers Osborne, they fucking rock. And TJ Osborne came out. He's one of the only country artists who is out and about. And we've gone to his concert several times, their concert, and it's great. And I got this shirt and
Oh, that's
their
cute.
whole their whole song's kind of like I'm not for everyone, you
Hmm.
know?
Yeah.
So I had
Yeah,
to
I
rock it.
often tell people that, about me. I'm definitely not for everyone. But I'm for you, sister.
Mhm.
Um,
Yes, queen, as
yeah.
which what your daughter um, said to me when I went to go pick her up for Magic Mountain to take her and her three besties. She comes out and goes, "Yes, queen," and I was like, "Ah, yeah."
You've heard us talk about Whitney comes out for ditch day to take the kids to Magic Mountain. Well, I threw my back out last weekend. I was out for a good 3 days. Whitney had to step in
I
and
got the
take over.
call like, "Hey, so the back's not better, and you're gonna have to go solo and be the sole chaperone." I said, "I got you," and
You
I
did.
did, and we had a blast. The girls were great. We did get stuck on a ride,
Yeah, I thought you were joking.
which was pretty crazy. We were on this kind of platform on the ride, and then there's like people down on the ground, like taking pictures of us, knowing that we're stuck up there.
Oh my God. Were you
It
high
was so
up?
funny. Yes.
Yeah. This
And
is
then they
why I
come
don't.
on and they're like, okay, we're going to take everybody's name. And I'm like, why? Like,
And your
in case you have
insurance
to exit.
information.
And I'm like, I'm with, minors, 12-year-olds here. And I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm not sure that I'm allowed to give out their names. I don't
Yeah.
know I don't know the protocol here.
I'm just a mamu. I don't know what to
Yes.
do. I'm just
I was not
subbing
given
in.
instructions on
Right.
this. I do have a funny mom story
I love a
for
funny
this
mom
week.
story.
Yes. So, we got back Saturday night, and on Sunday, mom calls me and she goes, "Are you home?" I said, "No." And she said, "When are you going to be home?" I said, "Not for a few hours, mom. I'm just picking up friends and we're going to brunch right now." She said, "Shit." I'm like, "Why? What's wrong?" She's like, "Well, I'm catering that party tonight, and I bought all that tri-tip, and it didn't turn out well, and I cooked it the exact same thing as I did the last time, so I'm a little nervous." And I'm like, "Oh boy." And I was like, "Well, I don't know what to tell you. Like, maybe you should call our friend Andy in the neighborhood, or Selden, someone who, has a foodie and can taste." And she's like, "Okay, I'll do that."
Oh my God. Well, it's funny because I got the call too. And I said, "Oh, cooking conundrum." She goes, "Well, you can say that. Yes, it's terrible. Even Dwight, who's the big steak eater, doesn't like it." I go, "Well, why don't you have Whitney taste it?" "Well, she's out day drinking somewhere." I said, "Okay, well, listen, why?" She goes, "I just knew it. You know what? I went into that butcher and they had grass fed and they had regular, and I don't know, he convinced me to get grass fed. And then I talked to my friend Linda, who lives on a ranch, and she's like, every ranch hand knows that you don't eat grass fed. It's tough and it's terrible." And I go, "Mom, grass fed's like the best thing you can eat. Like, it's good for your system.
Yeah.
These overfed, grain fed animals, it's like terrible for your digestion. So the people at the party are going to be better off in the long run." Well, I guess.
Here's the prob. She bought tri-tip.
Mm-hmm.
Tri-tip.
It's
Tri-tri-tri.
chewy.
Tri-tip is really hard to cook.
Yeah.
It's chewy.
Yeah.
It's like what you would want to use for like fajita meat or like a bowl. It's not like
Yeah.
you want to use it for like a steak
Is
presentation.
that what she's using it for?
I don't know. I mean, I
She
don't know
said she
how she
cut it
was
in
using it.
really thin slices, which I said, "It's
I mean,
fine."
that's what
I
you
said,
are supposed to do.
"Do you have a sauce for it?" She goes, "Well, I made this, I forget, some sauce for it." I
Whipped
said,
cream and caper
"Oh,
sauce.
whipped cream caper sauce." I said, which sounds so weird, but I'm sure it's delicious. But I'm like, "Well, just let him douse it in the whipped cream caper sauce."
She said that she hadn't heard anything back from the people, that only that it was great and that the brownies were a success. And then
Well,
she's like, and then I ran into Dawn Hall at Cooper today, and she said that everything was just delicious. And I said, "What about the steak?" She said, "It was all great." So they must have liked
I
it.
think Dawn's lying to her.
Well, Dawn is a regular listener of this podcast, so we
Oh,
might
Dawn,
have
are
to
you
call her.
lying?
Dawn, just text me and
Yeah,
tell me the
call us,
truth.
Dawn. We want the truth. Was it really chewy and gross? Or were you able to save
Uh,
it with that whipped
were you
cream caper sauce?
spitting it out in your napkin?
She's like, "They have shrimp too." And I said, "Well, they can always just chow down on the brownies if everything else is bad." So those
All
are,
else fails.
yeah, you'll be remembered
Yeah,
for
it
your
was
brownies.
really funny. I'm like, I'm sorry
That's
it cannot
great.
be at your beck and call for your
Just your
food
taste tester.
tasting.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's plenty of
Too
people
funny.
in your co-op on Viewside Drive that could do that job. So don't feel
Exactly.
bad.
That's what I said.
Well, happy Pride Month.
Yes.
And
Happy Pride, everyone, to our
yeah.
dads, to my daughter, to Steve Sink, our bestie,
Oh, Steve, all of our top gays.
all of our top gays. Yes, we're here
Well,
with you. We stand with you. We love you. And we will always fight for you.
absolutely. And on that note, I guess we should introduce the sisters that are on our
Yes.
podcast today. Because speaking of all the cocktails we love to
Mhm.
drink, these sisters have an incredible cocktail mixer line called This Girl Walks Into a Bar. And I think it looks like,
Yeah.
sister, over there, you've got,
Yeah.
you're sampling something. Look at that.
I am. So, I'm sick, so I don't have vodka in here, but they have a Bloody Mary mix, and I have yet to try it. So let's do it. Okay, that is really good. It's spicy.
Okay.
It's not like horseradish forward. We don't like that.
Okay. Does it
It's
have a little
really, really
citrus
good.
in it?
definite citrus.
Nice. I
Yes.
love a citrusy
Ah,
Bloody Mary.
mm-hmm. Mm.
Ooh, I'm going to order some of
That
those.
that's just gonna take the cold right out of me, I tell you. Jordan and Jocelyn started this line. They're two sisters, and they have two other flavors. And one of them is a pineapple mint.
Mhm.
It's so delicious. You can do it with rum, you can do it with vodka. That's what I really like about this line of cocktail mixers is that you can mix them with whatever kind of spirit that you want.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other one is a margarita mix, and Lance is obsessed. Normally, I buy my margarita blend from
Central
Central
Market.
Market and their
Mm-hmm.
fresh juice. And he says this is better. He has almost drank the whole bottle of it. It's not too
Oh,
tart. It's
yeah.
not too sweet. It is really, really delicious.
Yeah. And they also say that they're really good for zero proof drinks as well. If you're on the
Absolutely.
wagon and you don't want to, you want to feel like you're drinking a cocktail, but you don't want that
Yeah.
pesky buzz, then this is the way to go.
Yes. And they've got all the little recipes on the bottles and
Show
the
us a
pineapple
bottle.
mint.
Cute. And they're so aesthetic. Mm-hmm.
It's so delicious. And you can go and buy their products on Amazon or on their website. They sell this in a 3-pack. It's a great value.
And a great gift.
Yes.
And
Perfect for
we,
summer.
all right. Well, let's get into it, sister. I love you. I love your show.
I love you. I love your show.
Sis.
Hey, sis. I'm really excited today because we have two fellow sisters who are SoCal sisters, and they have an amazing line of cocktail mixers, which are
Mm-hmm.
right up our alley. They have this cool brand called This Girl Walks Into a Bar, which how many times have we done that?
A lot. Too many.
They also have a really cool blog that has all these fun recipes. There's 3 books,
Mm-hmm.
and up until beginning of this year, they had a really awesome bartending service for parties that were all women, and you even hired them before.
Yes, I had your bartenders before at my parties. Your female,
Amazing.
all female bartenders. Yes.
Amazing.
I want to welcome these 2 powerhouses, Jordan Catapano and Jocelyn Dunn, to Hey Sis, Eat This.
Hey, sis.
Welcome, sisters.
Thank you.
I thank you for being here. And I know it's been a rough couple months for you as well, Jordan. I know that you lost your home in the Palisades fires. I appreciate you for being here and wearing your Palisades Strong shirt. And yep.
Yeah.
We-
Jocelyn, you probably had the same situation as I did where we were just getting flooded with calls because they couldn't reach Courtney. So
Right.
a lot of friends and family were reaching out to me and my mom. And
I was sort of fielding calls and just easing the load a little bit for Jordan since she was so busy scrambling for like insurance and just information about where to go, what to do. So yeah, I think more people than she even knows reached out to me.
Yeah.
People that she doesn't actually really know that well, even.
Oh, people were coming out of the woodworks that, which was really kind.
Yeah, I mean, happy to do it.
Same.
For sure.
That's what sisters are for.
Yes. Yes.
We will carry the load with you.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to hear more about this mixer business. So Jocelyn, give me the rundown. How did you guys come up with this idea? How long has it been around?
Jordan and I think like you said in the beginning, we started in 2010 with a blog and a book. Jordan wrote the book and I have a background in graphic design and art direction. So I did the cover and interior artwork for it. So we collaborated on that and then did 2 more books, all 3 self-published, which was a whole, learning curve in itself.
Sure.
And then all along we had the idea of possibly opening a bartending service company, which was This Girl Walks Into a Bar, which launched in 2016 and really did well in Los Angeles. And then we expanded to more of Southern California, down where I am in San Diego, Orange County, and then a few other states. And from those parties, people were constantly asking for a good tasting margarita mix that wasn't full of sugar and fluorescent yellow and full of junk and dyes. And so Jordan created the recipe for that and was hand mixing it and bringing it to all these parties.
wow.
And people loved it so much that we said, hey, why don't we bottle this? And that's where we started with the Margarita mix.
What's in that margarita mix that makes it so yummy and not full of garbage?
Well, it's really essentially a sour mix. So it's just organic citrus juice and sugar and water. So it's very simple ingredients, super low calorie, low sugar, and really versatile. Yeah, it doesn't have any preservatives, and it has a pretty good shelf life because of the pH.
Did you design that pretty bottle?
I did.
Yeah.
But our margarita mix, since it really doubles as a sour mix, it is unbelievable mixed with whiskey or bourbon. All of them can mix with anything, but it just makes the most unbelievable whiskey sour. It makes an amazing elderflower gimlet with vodka. It's like the little black dress that goes with everything.
And all those recipes are on your blog, right? On your website?
Yeah, and those two, margarita and whiskey sour, on the back of our bottle.
Oh, great.
And you also have Bloody Mary mix, and what's the third?
Pineapple Mint Mojito mix.
Ooh.
And all three same, very simple ingredients, low calories, low sugar, no junk, no additives, no color dyes, no preservatives. So
Whitney and I are Bloody Mary girls. I mean, that's like our favorite.
I mean, we're margarita girls.
Well, no,
too.
and martini. Well, we like it all. I mean, come on, let's get serious. Our signature cocktail is a martini. We like a drink with snacks. You know what I mean? Like it's got put some celery in there. Yeah, exactly.
We just launched on Amazon Prime, and the Bloody Mary mix is really selling pretty well.
Congratulations. Girls, let's get a little bit into your relationship. So how far apart in age are you?
2 years, 4 months.
Oh, so you're close. Okay. And were you always very close growing up?
Yeah, for the most part, until maybe teenagerhood when Jordan wouldn't let me use the bathroom because she was applying her eyeshadow up to her eyebrows for 20 minutes.
Clearly, Jordan's the older one.
We had a tree house in our backyard, and we used to, we joke about how we worked out all our problems in the sandbox. Literally in the sandbox. So
that's cool.
We've always been close, and it probably the closest when she left for college, because we both were like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Where did you go?
Reality sits in. Yeah.
So pre-email, pre-phone. So we would write letters to each other, which was really sweet.
That's really sweet. Did you keep any of them?
I have some.
Oh, I love that.
I'm more of a saver, I think, than Jordan is, but
yeah,
I have to.
Is she a hoarder, Jordan? Is that what she's saying?
No, definitely not. But she is probably, keeps on to things. I had some, which is another thing sad to have lost, but I did save a bunch that I think a lot of our college letters was a whole binder between us that I had saved. So sad to have lost that, but I'm glad that you saved yours.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
That's so sweet.
And Jordan and I we're so similar in so many ways, but also not. So with our business, we definitely bring our own things to the table, and there's not a lot of like, but I want to do that, and you're doing like, there's not competition. There's more admiration, I think.
Well, 100%. I mean, I feel the same way about our relationship in business, and Whitney has so many strengths that I don't have. And honestly, like it brings tears to my eyes how she's carried this podcast through this fire situation, because I literally couldn't even send an email for 6 weeks. I was so traumatized by everything and so distraught. And as you said, Jordan, like you're dealing with all the insurance and all the things, and there's just so much that Whitney she did it. And there was never like, I mean, maybe you resented me privately, but you never let me know. All you did was support. And it just made me love her even more as a business partner.
Aww.
Yeah, it's true.
Sweet.
But
I'm happy to do it.
We do that for each other. Yeah.
Definitely.
Sisterhood's amazing. Yeah. I don't know what I would do without Jordan. I feel like when the fires were happening, I was like slightly off kilter
Yeah.
Oh,
as
yeah.
she was, you know?
Yeah.
Strange how that
I
connection
can
works.
totally relate to that. Yeah. Big part of this podcast is celebrating moms, and we're excited to learn more about your mama, Momma Jeanne. So, our mom loves to make cameos on our podcast, and she likes to tell us how to do things and, what we're doing wrong. So, is your mama involved in your business at all?
No.
No.
You can take this.
She's
No.
not inserting herself into your video content and stuff like ours.
No, our parents are both still working. Our dad's 83, our mom is 79, and our mom is a painter.
Our
Uh,
dad's a painter.
what?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
But it
Okay,
happened
so
later in life. He was in art, in advertising, and then as like in retirement, he's become an avid painter. And yeah. But anyway, so
okay.
tell us about Jeannie. So
Yeah, so our dad is a historian. He was a professor at San Diego State University for 33 years, and he's an author of textbooks, and he is completing a textbook right now.
wow.
And then our mom has been a painter her whole life. She did about 10 years of part-time professor work at SDSU as well as an art teacher. But she's, full-time painter. And this morning she drove off in a cargo van with my dad the van was full of her artwork, and she's off to a show. She has an exhibit coming up. Jocelyn and I have been gifted with two extremely supportive parents who have always encouraged us to follow our dreams and to do what we want to do. So they are just very supportive and complimentary and taste our mixers. And we couldn't be luckier in that department.
Where did she grow up?
She grew up in Wisconsin on a farm.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Wow.
They
What's
must
her
love
style of
that.
painting?
I would call it expressionist. Right now, she's in sort of a tree phase. So her artwork revolves around trees and roots and root systems, how they communicate to each other. But it's maybe more abstract now. I think Jordan and I get our chutzpah from her too. She's very, very dedicated to this, to art.
Well, you both are, female business owners, and you mentioned that your mom has given you the chutzpah to do that, and I just kind of see this female empowerment happening. Was she instilling that in you both at a young age?
I think the empowerment probably just came from just letting us be free spirits and running around the backyard and building forts and building tree houses and coming up with, projects in our home and art projects. And they were very encouraging about that. They didn't mind mess. And Jocelyn and I tried to build a pool in the backyard one time, dug out a bunch of dirt and filled it with water. And they weren't, they didn't come out, stop doing this.
I'd say I'm bored, and she would say, here's some wood and some nails and a hammer. Like, go make something.
Oh, what a gift.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess so, because Jordan and I are both very handy, I think, from just not fearing trying things and failing, maybe. We wanted a tire swing on our treehouse, and instead of going to get us a tire and some rope, they didn't do that. And so we built this weird, like, wood square swing, trying to make it a circle. Like, I think the problem solving happened at an early age for us because of the kind of hands-off, just go figure it out mentality.
That's really a great quality to have, that she fostered that for you, that she kind of cultivated this space to be creative, because she's a creative.
I don't know that it was all go problem solve. I think it was also like, I need some time to do my art.
Paint. Yeah, exactly.
Right.
For a little bit.
Keep them busy.
The benefit was, I think there weren't expectations like you need to be a lawyer, you need to be a doctor, you need to be anything. There was no expectations or worries that we would not turn out okay. So there wasn't a ton of pressure on us for anything. which they got lucky that we were both overachievers.
I think that's probably why. That's great. I mean, you know,
You're
gave you
allowed
the
to have
space
that
to do
freedom.
that. What would you say are some of her most wonderful qualities, Jocelyn?
She has a really great laugh, and
Mm.
we tease her, and she takes it like a champ. She goes very inward sometimes and self-reflective, but if you kind of poke fun at some of those eccentricities that she has, she will laugh at herself. You know, she has like a childish laugh, which is really
That's cute.
a beautiful thing.
What are some of the eccentricities, Jordan?
Let's see. She probably has a little bit of a habit of solving problems that don't need to be solved. And this is cut to us unloading a truck the other night full of bottles. And now, bless their hearts, that both of our parents, we had done an Oscar gifting suite, and we had all these bottles we needed to temporarily store in my parents' garage since I don't have a place to store them right now. And they helped us, but then my mom would kind of get sidetracked, and then start managing a box and trimming the tape and making sure it's closing and opening properly and reinforcing the bottom and reinforcing the sides. She's eccentric in that way. She's pronounces words. I think I mentioned before in our written responses to you, pronounces words in a funny way that cracks us up. Like, instead of saying, "Would you like a hot dog?" she'll say, "Would you like a hot dog?" So there's a lot of little
Peanut butter.
That's
Not peanut butter,
hilarious.
peanut butter. When our mom's taping things that don't need to be taped and repairing things that you could just maybe toss, we say she's Jeannie Dunning it. So when Jordan and I find ourselves doing that, we say,
Yeah.
"Oh, I just Jeannie Dunned it. It's fine."
Oh, that's cute.
I guess another example is they just bought these new lights over their dining room table, these 4 or 5 light bulbs that hang down. And when we were over for a couple nights, my son and I crashing there when my husband and daughter were still out of town with the fires, she had taken a long piece of tape and taped from the light bulb down to one of the chairs to make sure that we knew that the light bulb was there and that no one bumped into it. I'll probably do the exact same thing at that point, you know, make sure no one bumps their head. But does it have to be done? No. But so then you have these beautiful lights and this beautiful table with this long piece of masking or duct tape going from the top of the ceiling down to the chair. So it's pretty funny.
I want to hear about the dinner table. So, Jordan, what was it like around the dinner table when y'all were growing up?
We had dinner together, just the 4 of us, really every single night.
And when we were really small, like, I don't know, 8 and 10, we still had a small black and white TV. If there was something that they really wanted to watch, they would bring the TV from the living room and put it on the dining room table and plug it in, and we would be able to watch that one very important thing.
Right.
We still had to be seated at the table type of thing.
Yes.
And it wasn't like a strict, weird, like, you must eat at the table. It was like more like we still need to be having discussions and family time together.
So your mom cooked, though?
They both cooked growing up, and my dad was known for cooking really wonderful breakfasts on Saturday or Sunday morning, making great omelets or making us crepes or making a donut run. So it was pretty equal in our house.
Yeah, and when we would have slumber parties, because, you know, that's what kids did in the 80s, all of our friends would love coming to our house because, again, everyone would sit around the table in the morning with like fresh fruit and scrambled eggs and like pastries, all due to Ross Dunn. It was really sweet.
Oh, that's nice.
Was there a favorite dish that Momma Jeanne made, Jocelyn?
She would make something called hamburger pie that I loved.
Oh, tell us about hamburger pie.
It sounds really gross. Like,
not necessarily.
No.
It's like ground beef and green beans and like tomato sauce in a homemade pie crust.
Okay.
Sounds pretty good.
Was there like a cover to it, like pot pie, like almost like a shepherd's pie kind of, except
like a pot pie.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I've made it for my girls, and it wasn't as popular. So,
oh yeah,
I don't know. Did you like it, Jordan?
I mean, I think so. I think liked it. But I mean, speaking of, pie, our mom made incredible apple pies and cherry pies, and
Oh, really?
she's a great pie maker. So
Oh,
that's really stands out as one of her specialties. And she still will make a pie almost every Thanksgiving or Christmas dinner that we have as a family
mhm.
and bring one.
Do you think Mama Jeannie would share one of her pie recipes with us so we could put it on our website?
Yeah, after this art show is over, definitely.
Great.
Yeah, I
Great.
love that. Was there ever a worse dish that you just dreaded having, Jordan?
I was passing Brussels sprouts to Jocelyn under the table because I would not eat those. So I would, nudge her and she would take it and put it on her plate and eat it so that
That's
I could make
cute.
sure I got dessert, that all my Brussels sprouts were eaten. So I wasn't a big, now I love Brussels sprouts, but
Yeah.
that was probably one I was not excited to see
Pretty
cooked.
solid, Jocelyn. That's so
Right?
nice.
Yeah.
I mean,
Woo.
Brussels sprouts, like, yeah.
Well, my mom named them Mother Nature's bubblegum. And so I think I really bought into that. I don't know that I necessarily loved them, but lathered in butter and salt.
Yeah.
And the idea of them being Mother Nature's bubblegum was like really cool to me. So
That's hilarious. Did she have any other pet names for foods to like try and get you to eat them? Or
I
just
don't
Brussels
think pet
sprouts?
names, but she did make us lunches and snacks in faces. So if we came in for lunch and she'd have like, a plop of cottage cheese with 2 raisins to make an eye, and
Oh,
then
that's
maybe
so
carrots to make a
cute.
mustache. And we had a lot of canned pears, and that would maybe be the body, and celery for arms. So she would make a plate of art with food for
I don't
us
remember
often.
that. Really? I don't even
I mean,
remember
can we just pause for a minute and talk about how brilliant that is and how sweet that is? Not only is it so creative, but how loving. Like she just wants to put a smile on your face and create something special for you. I mean, that's just really sweet.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah.
That's very cool. Oh, I
Yes.
love that memory.
Mm-hmm.
You ladies with your cocktail company, I know you must like to have a good time. Did Mama Jeannie like to throw parties and entertain at the home when you were growing up?
They
Mhm.
definitely had many, many dinner parties
Okay.
with colleagues, mostly my dad's colleagues from the university. They lived in Morocco for a short period of time, and so they would
Oh, wow.
make a Moroccan meal, and they would go
Mm.
full out. They put pillows around a short table in the living room, and they would eat on the floor
Oh, that's fun.
with their friends. So we have memories of that and many, many dinner parties.
And they would make the Moroccan food themselves.
Right.
Yeah.
What would they make?
Couscous and
Tagine.
yeah, they had one of those tagine
Oh, wow.
pots, like meat stews and
Mm-hmm. Some of our most hilarious memories from childhood were our crazy family vacations, like road trips and I don't know, just crazy stuff that happened. So, were there any vacations worthy of mentioning here?
Yes, our a yellow station wagon broke down. We pulled over to the side of the road and we couldn't find a yellow slip of paper anywhere. So we used one of our Barbie dresses and threaded the yellow knit Barbie dress along the antenna. And then we hitchhiked. A giant semi truck picked us up, which was so
Wow.
exciting because we got to see what the cabin looked like in a semi truck.
Wow.
And the semi truck drove us back to the motel we had just checked out of, and my parents brought the car to a shop, and we stayed at that motel for like 2 or 3 days while they fixed it. And Jocelyn and I were happy because we got to swim around more in a pool, and then the car got fixed, and we got back out of there. But I definitely
no
remember that.
memory of the hitchhiking.
Okay, so is this like a universal sign that you put a piece of yellow paper on an antenna in distress? I don't know about this.
Yeah, I mean, you'll often see cars have like now I think a lot of cars come with it, with that piece of paper is in the glove compartment in like the book, but it's a sign of like it's not an abandoned car. The car's broke down, so it's a symbol to say
I
that.
didn't
Like
know this.
is
Where have I been?
You'll notice this now when you drive past and you see cars.
Yeah.
You'll see that. Mm-hmm.
Well, you learn something new every day. You put your little Barbie dress on the antenna.
We had a grandmother that had knitted Barbie clothes for us. We had
Oh,
these
that's
wonderful
so
gowns made
cute.
out of yarn. So we found one. I remember being really stressed about leaving that little dress behind
Yeah.
with the little tiny snap and the little tiny lace around the waist of the dress.
Should we move on to our rapid fire questions?
I think we shall. Jocelyn, what is one thing that Momma Jeanne does that just cracks you up laughing?
I mean, it probably has to do with the Jeannie Dunning and the taping things and
Taping things.
coming over and lining our counters with canned goods and then leaving. And then you're like stuck with a counter of.
I would call those random acts of kindness, right? Super random acts of kindness.
Random cans of kindness. Yes.
Right.
That's right.
That's cute. Jordan, same thing. Anything to add to that?
Probably my mom's notes to herself that she leaves in various places of reminders. And I 100% know that I'll be doing this same thing, or messages like, do not, turn this light switch off, or they have a sign going down to their garage that says like keys, phone, wallet, to make sure you have those things as you're leaving. And
God, I need that.
I will be I need that now too.
Oh
So
my God.
funny little notes.
That's cute.
Jocelyn, what's one thing that pisses Momma Jeanne off?
When things are not done the right way, I would say the way that she thinks that they should be done. She gets a little irritated.
All right. Last question. Jordan, what is her guilty pleasure?
Instagram.
Oh my God, our mom too. She's like addicted. Does she send you stuff all the time from Instagram? Yeah.
But does she copy and paste the link and put it in a text, or does she send it directly in Instagram?
Both? I don't know. Directly.
Yeah.
Mostly directly.
Oh, so ours copies and pastes it and sends it in a text. And what kind of stuff does she send y'all?
It can range from political Instagrams to cat videos. Yeah. It's across the board. Jocelyn?
Same, yeah.
Yeah.
Look, you should know this about what's happening in the world.
Yeah.
And look at this funny. Yeah.
She'll come over to my house. She lives 3 houses down from me. And she'll come over and we'll be talking and she's just like, I'm like, Mom, what are you looking at? And she'll just be like, I'm like, what? And she's like, oh, this dog on Instagram. And I'm like, okay, can you put the phone down and
even my kids are like, Lovey's addicted to Instagram. She's on Instagram too much. I'm like, if the teenagers are saying that, then it's a real problem.
Well, it feels like sometimes we're dealing with a teenager when we're like, well, you need to put your phone away now.
Before we wrap up, is there anything that you would want Momma Jeanne to hear from you today? Anything you'd want to say to her?
I'd probably just say how proud, we are of our mom and how hardworking she is. She's dedicated her whole life really to being so focused on her career. And that's so admirable to just continue with your ambition and your dreams and your desires till, forever. I mean, she's not stopping. And I think that's very inspiring to never stop, never give up and keep working at it. I'd say I'm very, motivated by that and proud of her.
Certainly.
Yeah, I would say the same. And also just that Jordan and I know how much that she loves us. Mm-hmm. We feel it. We know it. There's never a doubt that we know our mom loves us.
She sounds like an extraordinary woman. And we really appreciate you, sharing with us today and letting us learn a little bit more about her.
Thank you for asking.
Yeah. And congratulations on your business.
Yeah, thank you.
Jordan, tell our audience where they can find your amazing mixers, whether it's the website, Instagram. Give it to us.
We're at all the Air One stores in LA and a handful of other little stores in Southern California and San Diego. We have a geo tracker on our website, so you can plug in your zip code and find a store that carries our product nearest to you, which is great. And then if you're not in SoCal, as I mentioned before, we are now Amazon Prime, so you can order the bottles on Amazon. We're also on Walmart Marketplace. You can also buy the bottles directly from our website.
Oh, what's the website?
thisgirlmixerssnacks.com.
And is it the same handle on Instagram?
thisgirl_mixers_snacks.
Thank you so much for joining us today, ladies.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for having us, sisters.
Thank you. Yes. Courtney, let's end it like we always do. I love you. I love your show.
I love you. I love your show.